What's up, guys? So this is going to be a short video. Someone asked about what kind of radio setup run, or the other people that I know. So let's see if I can go back to, there it is. Should load up quickly, hopefully. And so this is the IX12, and basically, I guess I forgot the name of the guy, but anyway, about rates and what switches and any programming and so on. So this is my Slick 104 inch, 100 inch. I have it here as 100 inch, whatever. And I have my timer usually set for 5 minutes because I know I'm gonna fly another 2-3 minutes. And so most planes I've got 7 minutes set up, but if you fly full throttle, then 7-8 minutes is all you're gonna get. But if you do some slow 3D, then you're gonna get 10, 12, even more minutes, right? But this plane I have, I fly pretty aggressive, so I usually have 5 minutes, and then I'll land, and I end up having like 8 to 9 minutes. But that's what I do. So on my radio, I have no programmings as to say aileron to rudder and stuff like that. None of that. Most of my planes flies pretty straight. Even in a knife edge, it doesn't require any of it. I've never done it. Honestly, I don't know how to do it, but if I would look, I know that it's pretty simple to do if you would want to do that, but I don't. So all of my switches are programmed, so they're forward, always forward. This will be the throttle cut. This one right here is the rates. Now, regardless where it's at, let's see. Do it right here. Hopefully you can see that. So for aileron, dual rates, it's 100%, and because the endpoints are set at endpoints, not on dual rates, and then 30% expo, and it's 30% expo on an elevator, and it's 30% expo on the rudder. I just like it that way. I don't know, it's very responsive. But if most people that I know that fly 3D fly just one rate, and that's high rate. And you see a switch. It's a 3-position switch, and it's not changing. Now I do have a habit that before I take off, I always go to model adjust and check that I am in the rate that I want to be, because sometimes I have this switch set up where every position is the same, but on some planes I only have it where it would be full rate right here, and then nothing over here and nothing over here, right? So it'll be too sensitive. It will have no expo, no dual rate, none of that. That's how I started flying, and I don't see the need for medium rate or for low rate. I mean, just imagine if you're in a low rate and you will have a dead stick. Now you're gonna be freaking out if you're a beginner, and you're gonna try to land it in a low rate. You may run out of throw. So it's, I think it's better not to have low rate at all. If you're flying 3D, I mean, just get used to flying high rate. And I know that for snaps and for some other maneuvers, you would want probably a low rate on the aileron. I'm sorry, not the aileron, but the elevator and the rudder. But I don't know, it's too confusing for me. I just learned, and most people that I know, is that they put the rate stick right, the switch right here. That would be for rates. It just makes sense that if you have the major controls, your right hand, right finger, you don't want to really be taking your finger off and switching while you're flying. So the left thumb will do that, and you're still in control, right? Especially if you are a beginner and you just don't feel comfortable taking fingers off your sticks. So it's that simple. It's really that simple. So I'm only really using 2 switches, and that's for rates. This one right here, and throttle cut right here. And it's just one rate. Ailerons on this plane are 36 degrees up, 36 down, and that's pretty much all I can get on a 1.5-inch arm. That's what I put on. And then the elevator and rudder is maxed out, and the plane flies beautiful. That's my favorite plane. It's very responsive, and I don't know how I ended up with a 30% expo, but I just like it. I would recommend not less than 45 for someone who's just starting out, and not more than 55, maybe possibly 60. But going to 70 or 75, the plane becomes unresponsive. I know that's the point, right? Having like a deadband right along the but then the plane is, you're gonna think that maybe it's gonna feel heavy. The plane's gonna feel heavy on the sticks, and I don't know. Just lower the expo. I'm thinking, the older you get, your brain's already responding a little bit slower. So that's expo right there, and now you're adding expo in the radio. So you know what I mean. I would say start out with 55 and get used to it, and just get comfortable. As you get comfortable, your thumbs you're gonna stop shaking. You're not gonna be as nervous. And if your field is huge, like James Stokes field, where they fly off a sod farm, just dead stick here and there. Get used to it. If you have thousands of feet to dead stick, then go ahead and do it. Just get used to it, because it will happen. And when it happens, you'll be ready and you're not going to freak out. But I think that's kind of an old school thing, having a medium rate and high rate and landing and taking off on low rate. Again, if my suggestion, and that's just my opinion, would be just keep it in high rate and just get used to high rate. Now, high rate doesn't mean that it means different throws for different planes, and you just have to go and try and figure out, because just maxing out the elevator and rudder, you don't have to do that. You can just go to, and instead of having 55 degrees on the elevator, you can have 45, and that may be plenty for you. So you don't have to go max it out. Just play with it, go fly it, see if you like it. When you jam the sticks to the corners in the flat inverted flat spin, does it do what you want when you have the sticks fully in the corners? It may be just too much for you. So just figure it out and play with it. Go to the field with the idea that you're going to be setting up your plane, and it may not take one day. It may take a few days to really get it right. But then once you get it right, you're going to love it. And I see that all the time when we go and fly with other people, and you fly their plane and it's just completely whacked out. I mean, the throws are all different numbers on all the surfaces. CG's wrong, and they'll say, okay, this plane's horrible. It just flies so bad. It flies bad because it's not set up properly. But if you set it up properly, it will fly really well. And regardless of the brand name, I mean, it could be Extreme Flight, Pilot, whatever. I mean, if you set it up right, it will fly well. So go to, if you have someone at your field that's a good 3D pilot, go and talk to him, or go to another field to talk to other guys. See, can you go over my plane, see if it's set up properly? There's nothing wrong with that. So That's about it. It's that simple. So really just two switches, like I said, rates right here, which is only the high rate, and then throttle cut right here. That's it. That's simple. So, and rates, the dual rates, like I said, I don't use that. It's just one rate. And the Expo, most of the time I've got 45 on all three surfaces. Sometimes, depends on the plane, I would have, say, 45 on the aileron and elevator, and I would have 35 on the rudder. And that's about it. If you have any questions, please let me know. The next video will be about Rolling Harrier. See you later.